Good afternoon, and thank you all for coming. It's a pleasure to be here and a pleasure to see you. I'm Ken Timmerman. I'm the Republican candidate for the 8th District, and I think some of you are aware of the redistricting. It's not a simple thing, and a lot of people that I know are not. If you look at this map, which I passed out, you'll see that our new 8th District now includes most of Carroll County, most of Frederick County, and parts of Montgomery County down here. Before I tell you about that, let me just introduce myself a little bit, because I'm sure many of you don't know much about me. I am an investigative reporter. I have spent most of my life investigating career politicians, like my opponent. I have spent a lot of time in the Middle East over the past 30 years. In 1982, I was taken hostage by Palestinian terrorists in Beirut. I've had the opportunity in other parts of the world to interview people who subsequently blew themselves up trying to murder Jews or trying to murder civilians. I understand the threat of Islamic terrorism because it's something I've seen up close and personal on the ground. The past 3.5 to 4 years, I spent a great deal of time on mission trips and reporting trips to northern Iraq. Now, I think it's very important to get the word out of some of the unintended consequences of our war in Iraq, and that concerns the impact on the Christian community. I know a couple of you happened to come to the presentation I made last Friday night at the Methodist Church down in Goldsboro and River Road about the persecution of the church. It's something I feel deeply about, and it's something that I've invested my own time and my own money to bring back here to the United States to gain public awareness of this. Essentially, 2/3 of the Christian population of Iraq has been driven out. And they've been driven out by jihadi Muslims. And we have done nothing at all to help them, even though they were helping us. Now, this election clearly is going to be about the economy. It's going to be about jobs. Everybody knows that. When President Obama took office, he inherited a miserable economy, yet he's had 3.5 years to turn it around. In fact, I'd say a little bit more than that. The Democrats have been in control of both houses of Congress since January of 2007. Now, when they took office, when my opponent was in the majority, and they had the Senate, a majority in the Senate as well, in 2007 and 2008, they did absolutely nothing to avert the crisis that hit us in June. And they did nothing at all to make things right. They had their chance. It's time for a change. I think we can turn around this economy. We can turn it around very quickly. I have a 10-point jobs plan up on my website. I would like to see us get government out of the way so small businesses and private industry, so farmers can create jobs. My opponent mentioned his substitute for the Republicans' budget. Well, in that substitute, he includes getting away with crop stabilization payments. I'm going to tell you something. Folks in Frederick County understand this very well. My opponent might not understand that because he hasn't spent a lot of time in Frederick County. But Frederick County farmers understand very, very well, if you get rid of crop stabilization payments, farmers go out of business. Farmers go out of business, our food supply is threatened. If our food supply is threatened, the food supply of the world is threatened because we are still the breadbasket of the world. So you have to be careful what you cut and how you cut. I think we have to have across-the-board cuts instead of the sequestration cuts that my opponent was instrumental in getting passed. He had his chance on the super committee to find some real compromise on budget and tax issues, and he did not. He failed. I believe it's time for a change. I'm asking for your support. I'm asking for your vote. I am Ken Timmerman. I am a Republican, but I will listen to all sides. I've gone through the NARFE platform. There are many things that I do not agree with in that NARFE legislative agenda, but I can tell you this. I will listen to you. My door will be open, and I will not be looking at your party registration when you come to me once you elect me to Congress. Thank you very much.
Questioning, and I have